Hello and welcome to the Michigan Merit Exam Test Administration Introduction webinar. This presentation was prepared by Phoebe Goes, Test Administration and Reporting Manager, on behalf of the Office of Educational Assessment and Accountability. This training includes the following segments: Introduction to PowerPoints and Video Sections, College Board, SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, and PSAT 8-9, Test Administrations, Win Work Readiness Assessments Test Administration, M-Step Science and Social Studies Test Administration, Test Security, Supports and Accommodations, and Secure Site Instructions. These PowerPoint presentations and YouTube recordings are posted on the MME and PSAT web pages. Welcome to the 2025-26 MME and Grade 8 Test Administration Training. The purpose of this training series is to prepare high school and Grade 8 test coordinators for the Spring 2026 administration of the Michigan Merit Examination and Grade 8 assessments. This training provides important updates, tools, and resources to support successful and secure test administration across Michigan schools. Training materials, including PowerPoints, PDFs, and videos, are posted on the PSAT and MME web pages. Each presentation in this series focuses on a specific assessment or topic area, allowing coordinators to access the information most relevant to their role. Thank you for your commitment to ensuring a smooth and effective testing experience for Michigan students. This slide displays the Spring 2026 testing schedule, which includes all three assessments included in the Michigan Merit Exam. This schedule is located on the MME webpage under General Information. Note that the College Board digital testing window for SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, and PSAT 8-9 for Grade 9 and PSAT 8-9 for Grade 8 is April 6 through April 30th. There will be no College Board testing for those assessments on Friday, May 1st. Schools can test all their students on a single day within the window or use multiple days within the window. However, individual students must complete the SAT, PSAT 8-9 for Grade 9, and PSAT 10 in one day, except when the student has an approved accommodation allowing for testing over more than one day. If a student is absent during testing, that student can make up the test on another day within the testing window. The Win Work Readiness will be administered primarily online in a 4-week window from April 6 through May 1st. Schools and districts may administer the 3 Work Readiness Assessments, Work Ready Reading, Work Ready Math, and Work Ready Data in any order, and tests do not need to be completed on the same day. All 3 assessments must be completed, but they can be completed at any point in the 4-week window. The Win Work Readiness Assessments are timed at 55 minutes for each assessment. Students must complete all 3 assessments to earn a National Work Readiness credential. The M-Step online testing window is April 6 through May 15th. Schools should schedule an initial test date early in the window, so the remainder of the window may be used to test students who were absent for the initial test day. The M-Step paper/pencil window is from April 6 through May 1st. M-Step paper/pencil testing is allowed only for those schools who have received an online testing waiver or for individual students who have an accommodation for paper/pencil testing. The Michigan Merit Exam consists of 3 components: a college entrance exam, the SAT with Essay, for English language arts and mathematics scores used in accountability, second, a work skills assessment, the Win Work Readiness Assessment, and third, the M-Step, which assesses student performance in science and social studies, also used in accountability. Who is required and who is eligible to take the MME? First-time public school students in 11th grade must take the entire MME. Foreign exchange students in 11th grade must take the entire MME. Non-public 11th grade students may take the MME, and if choosing to participate, those students must be pre-identified and established within the required time period, and those students must complete all 3 components of the MME. Schools must be established to administer the SAT with Essay. Establishment tasks take place in the late October to mid-December timeframe each year. Do not miss this important step of establishment. College Board calls the establishment process intent to participate. Note that the Win Work Readiness Assessments do not require an establishment process. All public schools with 11th grade students will be pulled into WIN's Career Readiness System, CRS, and pre-identified for online testing in the OEAA secure site. The Who Must or Can Take the MME document is updated each year and is available on the MME web page. The document describes which students are required to take all 3 components of the Michigan Merit Exam. In addition to 11th and 12th grader requirements, the document discusses repeating 11th graders, foreign exchange students, and students who may be taking MyAccess assessments. This slide shows you the testing times for the MME. The SAT with Essay and Win Work Readiness Assessments are timed tests. The testing times may vary for students testing with accommodations or supports. The SAT with Essay test is 3 hours and 4 minutes in total. The work readiness assessment consists of 3 separate assessments and has a total testing time of 2 hours and 45 minutes. These testing times do not include pre-administration tasks, such as providing student demographics, optional information, and breaks. The M-STEP Science and Social Studies tests are not timed. Students must be provided additional time if needed to complete the test. However, to help schools plan for test sessions, MDE provides these test session estimates. The M-STEP Science test estimate is 90 minutes, and Social Studies is estimated to take 1 hour. These estimates do not include pre-testing tasks such as reading the test directions or logging into the test. The standard testing time for the PSAT 8-9 for Grade 9 and PSAT 10 is 2 hours and 14 minutes. These timings do not include pre-administration activities, and timings may vary for students receiving accommodations. Schools are expected to administer the M-STEP, SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, PSAT 8-9 for Grade 9, and WIN Work Readiness Assessment online in spring 2026. A few school buildings with unique circumstances, such as no internet, facilities that do not allow students online access, or some center-based programs may submit an online waiver request to administer paper/pencil version of the SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, and PSAT for Grade 9, and for M-STEP. Acceptable reasons for an online waiver may differ between the College Board assessments and M-STEP assessments. Online waivers are requested through the Office of Educational Assessment and Accountability secure site from October 6 through November 14, 2025. For additional information about online testing waivers, see the Secure Site section of this training. Individual students who need to take a paper/pencil assessment to meet individual needs related to a disability or an English language need, do not need an online school waiver request. Schools will be able to order paper/pencil materials on the material order screen in the OEAA secure site for M-STEP to accommodate individual students approved for an accommodation. For the SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, and PSAT 8-9 for Grade 9, a paper/pencil test mode will be determined for individual students only after a Schools the Services for Students with Disabilities, SSD, coordinator applies for an accommodation through the SSD online system. Paper/pencil materials will also be available for the WIN Work Readiness Assessment to meet individual student needs. Material ordering information will be available soon. Watch the Spotlight newsletter for more information. Additional information can be found in the Supports and Accommodations Guidance document on the MME, PSAT, and M-STEP web pages under Student Supports and Accommodations. All M-STEP paper/pencil answer documents and WIN Work Readiness answer documents must have a barcode label attached to the answer document. SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, and PSAT 8-9 for Grade 9 are digital assessments and will not have answer documents. For College Board assessments, the few testers approved for paper/pencil testing will respond directly in the student test book. Schools are required to transcribe the students' multiple-choice answers from the test booklets into the Blue Book application. Schools are required to return student test books and student essays, for the SAT, to the College Board after testing. The College Board establishment process is called Intent to Participate. Steps include to update the Educational Entity Master, EEM, at the building level with test coordinator backups, SSD coordinator, and technology coordinator information. Confirm actual grades listed for the school in EEM is correct. Use www.michigan.gov/EEM to access the EEM. Complete the Intent to Participate process between October 27 and November 19, 2025. Once Intent to Participate is completed, confirm establishment on the Test Center participation page of the OEAA secure site, www.michigan.gov/OEAA-secure. Note that most local education agencies are automatically established, and all non-public schools must complete the Intent to Participate process each year to test. Schools that miss this deadline put their administrations at risk. View the College Board segment of this training series for additional information. There is no establishment process for the WIN Work Readiness assessments. OEAA will pre-ID public school students in January based on the MSDS Fall 2025 General Collection. OEAA will pre-ID first-time 11th grade students and grade 12 students who were not previously included in accountability. Non-public school students are not pre-ID'd by OEAA. Schools can pre-ID any additional students directly in the OEAA secure site. If your school needs to administer assessments off-site, then an off-site testing request must be submitted and approved before the assessment is administered. For M-STEP, submit the request through the OEAA secure site. For SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, and PSAT 8-9 for Grade 9 offsite testing, an offsite request form must be completed for College Board. Access the offsite testing request form for College Board at www.sat.org/offsite request. College Board will connect with those schools who request offsite testing to confirm the offsite location or locations have the required technology for online testing. MDE is currently working with the WIN Work Readiness Assessment vendor to determine the process for offsite testing. Watch the Spotlight newsletter for updates, upcoming training, and resources that will be available soon. For additional information on the offsite process, refer to the Secure Site and College Board presentations, which are part of this training. The offsite testing request dates for M-STEP and College Board test are as follows. M-STEP paper/pencil, make requests January 5th to April 30th, 2026. Online testing, make requests January 5th to May 15th, 2026. Submit requests through the OEAA secure site, www.michigan.gov/OEAA-secure. SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, and PSAT 8-9. November 3rd to March 2nd, 2026. The form is found at www.sat.org/offsite request. Information about the offsite test request and dates for the WIN Work Readiness Assessment will be available soon. Watch the Spotlight newsletter for details. You can view the recorded introduction to WIN Learning and the WIN Work Readiness Assessment on the MME web page. Go to www.michigan.gov/MME, then scroll down to WIN Work Readiness Assessments. Several upcoming and ongoing trainings are planned in addition to the introduction. There will be monthly office hours offered, excluding December. The next office hours will be held on November 19th at 10 a.m., as well as dates in January and February. Office hours will be offered weekly in March and April on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Watch the Spotlight newsletter and the MME web page for information and registration links to join those events. Technology coordinators will have a training opportunity on November 13th at 10 a.m. to learn more about the technology requirements to administer the WIN Work Readiness Assessments. Then, there will be 2 opportunities to attend a live presentation of online test administration training for district and building coordinators, once on January 13th at 10 a.m. and again on February 24th at 10 a.m. A separate training for paper-based testing will be provided on February 26th at 10 a.m. All trainings will be recorded and provided on the MME web page. College Board SAT, PSAT 10, and PSAT 8-9 trainings are held throughout the school year. You are able to access all of these trainings through the registration link that is provided in the College Board webinars for MDE Spring 2026 implementation document available on the MME web page at www.michigan.gov/MME, or by following the instructions provided in the Spotlight newsletter. Trainings include District Test Coordinator Orientation, Services for Students with Disabilities Training for the Visually Impaired, School Test Coordinator, Part 1. Comparing and contrasting text-to-speech and screen reader accommodations. Services for students with disabilities and accommodations. Technical readiness. School Test Coordinator, Part 2. On the dates and times listed on the slide. See the M-STEP segment of this training series for M-STEP training information. There are many resources available for test coordinators. The Assessment Coordinator Training Guide is intended to provide new testing coordinators a detailed overview of the various testing processes and procedures needed to ensure successful assessment administrations. While it does not replace the individual test administration manuals, it is a good resource for both new and returning assessment coordinators and contains a quick reference guide to help you find needed information. The Assessment Coordinator Training Guide is available on all MDE web pages by selecting the Assessment Coordinator Training Guide round icon. Access the Assessment Calendar web page at the link here for all important date documents. Formats include an Excel data file for all assessments and assessment PDFs. The Spotlight on Student Assessment and Accountability is MDE's weekly newsletter. Sections are designated to the SAT suite of assessments and WIN Work Readiness Assessment. You will also find updated M-STEP information. Sign up for Spotlight at the link listed on the screen or go to the MME webpage at www.michigan.gov/MME and select the Spotlight newsletter. The Guide to State Assessments provides an overview of all assessments that MDE will provide for the 2025-26 school year. The Assessment Integrity Guide is a required resource for district and building assessment coordinators. These resources are updated and posted on the MME webpage. The MME webpage and PSAT webpage house documents related to accommodations, designated supports, and English learner (EL) students. The Supports and Accommodations Guidance document and Frequently Asked Questions are two examples. The Best Practices Guide is a resource produced by the MDE's Accountability Unit. This document can be found on the MME page under General Information. Additional resources are available on the MME, PSAT, MSTEP, Secure site, and the College Board Suite of Assessments website. If you need assistance with high school eligibility and policy, MSTEP, Win Work Readiness, or the OEAA Secure site, contact the Office of Educational Assessment and Accountability. Contact the College Board with test administration questions related to the SAT with Essay, PSAT 10, or PSAT 8-9. Thank you for taking the time to watch this MME overview presentation. Don't forget to view the other presentations in the series.